Hey guys, what's up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it is going to be on Knives Out. Now, Knives Out is a murder mystery movie that involves a novelist who has died and got murdered after his party of his 85th birthday. Now, everybody who's at the party is gathered around. You got Chris Evans, you got Daniel Craig, Jamie Lee Curtis, Toni Collette, Christopher Plummer. You got basically an all-star cast playing these roles as the suspects or whatever in this whodunit. We've had so many murder mysteries that came out in years, like Clue, Murder on the Orient Express, the original, and the film that came out in 2017. We have had so many murder mystery films, and most people have made parodies of them in TV episodes and stuff like that. This film is directed by Rian Johnson, who directed Looper, Brick, and the heavenly controversial, audiensely hated Star Wars Last Jedi. I still enjoy that movie. I probably will get a lot of hate for that, but I still think it's a good movie. Fight me. I don't care. But obviously, this movie was a lot better than that. This movie was fantastic. I had a lot of fun with this movie. This movie basically takes the whodunit tropes and kind of mixes them around a little bit. It's not really much of a twisty film like most murder mysteries are. I mean, of course they're trying to figure out who the murderer is, but there are moments in the film where people of course have ideas of what specifically happened, like of course telling their stories, although not much of their side of the stories per se, and a motorcycle is passing by. But particularly ways he could have been murdered just unexpectedly. But of course, that's basically what the entire movie is, and it's not really that complicated to figure out what is going on. I mean, as you watch the film, you are deeply intrigued. I was really intrigued, especially towards the very end of the film. I mean, that's what murder mysteries are supposed to do, but this movie takes the murder mystery trope and turns it around a little bit. Like, near the end of the film, it goes for a more twisty route, a less twisty route, actually, which I am not going to spoil for you. But all in all, I really enjoyed the aspects of the film. I do think it is just a little bit too long. Maybe cut down like maybe 10 or 15 minutes of the film, then it would get a higher score. But everybody in this movie is phenomenal. You got a fantastic cast, probably one of the best casts of the entire year. Everybody does a terrific job in this movie. Of course, Daniel Craig. I think the biggest show stealer is Chris Evans in the movie. He is hilarious. And that's another thing. This movie is very funny. It doesn't take itself too seriously, as of course it's playing with the murder mystery tropes. And Rian Johnson, basically, he really directed this movie, like knocked it out of the park with this one. It is a very well-paced film for the most part. It's a very well-looking film. Background, sets, everything, it looks absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, basically it's called Knives Out, and for a movie called Knives Out, there really aren't that many knives in the movie, other than the background that we see of all those knives, circular knives just like pointing at each other. That's basically it. Like, if you're expecting like some very violent, dark murder mystery film, only nobody specifically dies in this movie except for the person who did die. So if you're expecting something like that, then I think you're going to be disappointed. But all in all, this film manages to pull the murder mystery trope and make it a lot more entertaining than it should be. It's a film that definitely will leave you guessing, because it's one of those movies, because it's a whodunit. But like I said before, it's one that I highly recommend checking out. I am glad it's making more than it already was planning on. But all in all, this movie was totally worth it. It's worth the hype. It's worth the buzz. It's definitely worth checking out. I'm gonna give Knives Out a 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, I would say it's definitely one of the best films of the year so far. Definitely worth the buzz. Of course, definitely worth checking out. I'm repeating myself, I know. Anyways, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Tomorrow I'm going to be seeing Queen and Slim. I'll have my review for that out this weekend as well. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.